Is it the coach? Is it the offensive coordinator? Is it the whole damn thing? And the crazy thing is that if you want to just blow it up, which I wouldn't blame the Joneses for doing. But one thing that he's not is impetuous. I know that everyone talked about what he did with Jimmy all those years ago as signs that he is impetuous. And then Campo, right? Chan Gailey, all those years you don't want to think about again. But he's not. He sticks with guys. He stuck with Garrett a long time. He stuck with the son of Bum a long time. And he's going to stick with Mike McCarthy with Sean Payton sitting out there. That's a stunner to me.
You're right. The one time he should have stuck with someone, he didn't. And the franchise has suffered ever since that moment.
Ever since that moment.
Because, you asked Jimmy last week, is that 4 in a row?
Well, I mean, I asked that of Troy.
Troy, I'm sorry.
And
yeah.
I asked that of
Jimmy
Moose
being
too.
there.
But again, that's the ancient history, and this season is now history, and it's the what do you do now? What do you do now if you're the Cowboys? And, if you are a Cowboy fan and you are sick of what you've seen, then, with the ultimate of respect to Mike McCarthy, you gotta turn to Sean Payton. And you got to say, we've been always wanting you. What do you think? Now's the time. Because if anybody's got the money to do it, it's him. I just don't think that's what he wants to do. And again, Mike McCarthy did get them to 12 wins and through to the divisional round this year. But I don't know who to you can blame the quarterback. He's not going anywhere. You can blame the coach. I honestly think the roster on the offensive side of the football just wasn't good enough at the end of the day. The whole concept, do you think they could have used Amari Cooper out there or what? Do you think, Zeke at age 27 is looking like this? Part of the reason why you have Pollard and you use him is because you kind of saved Zeke up. Like, I honestly thought Pollard's out, game over, but wait a minute. They've got Zeke. Turn him into Emmett. Let him jam it down the throat so it's not on Dak's arm and shoulder.
You can't just turn somebody into Emmett. So that's the ultimate thing
is I don't know if there's an answer here. That's the problem. Just beef up the offensive side of the football. Man, do you have the defensive side handled. And the offensive side of the football that put up 30 points a game just doesn't do it consistently enough in the playoffs. You got to do it. And if you do make a rash decision, you don't do it with the quarterback. You do it with the coach, especially since one last thing here, even though I don't advocate ever getting rid of a coach. And I'm kind of not here. I'm talking about what a rash decision is. I don't know what the hell the last 2 snaps of the last 2 playoff losses were. I honestly don't. Last year, it was a total fire drill. And part of the fire drill was born out of the quarterback just running it right up the middle. And the umpire was late spotting the ball. But you run out of time. You got to play better than the refs ref. What was that yesterday? You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to have a breakdown of the final snap yesterday. That, by the way, was born out of the fact that Dalton Schultz, for some reason, didn't fight through a tackle and got pushed out of bounds going backwards to keep a clock wound, and then didn't get his second. Like I thought he was back in college. I don't know what that was, getting only 1 foot down. But those mistakes added up. Again, a final drive of mistakes adding up. I would love a breakdown as to what the Cowboys play was intending to do. Zeke snapping the ball with 2 fast guys behind 3 huge guys in front of him on each side of the field. So I thought Dak was just going to flip it out to one of those fast guys
at the top of the screen.
At the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen, and the Niners didn't know which one was they were going to defend.
Right.
And hope for the best, that there would be enough blockers on one side for the fast guy behind him to just go down the field, and that Zeke would trail if there needed to be a lateral. That's literally what I thought. But once the snap hits, Dak's hands, and Zeke gets road graded down to the ground, I'm like, okay, there goes the lateral if that happens. And then to have your season end with a flip over the middle to Kevontae Turpin. He gets the last touch of the Cowboys season. Immediately, 8 yards down the field, put right on his ass, game over. Like, what were they going to do? Like, so Turpin was going to grab it. The Niners would be stunned by that, and he would then flip it to one of the sides, to a fast guy behind the blockers down the field. Is that what it would be? Is that the final play?
I mean, look, they were at the 24.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
It probably has the same percentage of a chance as a Hail Mary,
no,
which
I know.
never.
Look, but I don't know whatever it was terribly executed. Terribly.
Well, no, they executed right. He caught the ball, but I mean, he caught the ball.
I don't know what the hell that was. It reeks of like we're practicing it all year long. We're going to pull it out at the proper moment. And so 2 straight years, the final snap against the 49ers was like, what the hell was that? So if you're Jerry Jones, you're like, if I'm acting rash, I'm not getting rid of the quarterback.
But why, Rich? Can I ask you that? I mean, I know we're talking the money thing, but
yeah, that's because it means yes.
As a Cowboys fan, you got to sit here and go.
Who do you want instead of him?
I don't know.
You want Aaron Rodgers? You want Aaron Rodgers coming to town?
Would anyone say no to that?
Would you?
Probably not.
Who says no? Dak for Rodgers, straight up.
Well, I don't think Green Bay would.
Green Bay wouldn't. Green Bay would get Rodgers off the books and put Jordan Love in there. They've been waiting to do that. They wouldn't do that.
Oh, Dak's better than Jordan Love.
But they again, everybody treats this like it's fantasy football. It's not. These are organizations that have plans and systems that I know it could be blown up, but that's why they don't blow them up. That's why the Chargers don't go and swap out Brandon Staley despite a dreadful 2 seasons.
And that's why they're never going to win.
Ending like they are. Good enough. You could say that, or other teams have plans and stick with them. And look, they turn into Hurts. They turn into Burrow. They turn into.
Well, it seems to me the Niners had a plan at the beginning of the season, and then halfway through, they had to kind of blow those up and go and bring out some more plans, and it worked.
There's a system. They could have panicked and done something else. I don't know. They would have been, I honestly don't have an answer for the Cowboys here. I'm just saying if it's rash, it won't be the quarterback. It'll be the coach. And I don't think he wants to do anything rash. I think he looks at that Jerry Jones and said, we just didn't have the breaks. We got a bad break, maybe literally with Pollard. We had a defense that could win it. And our quarterback made 2 mistakes after he was dynamite on a Monday night to beat Tom Brady in Tampa. We curb stomped a team that was not as good as us, and then we damn near beat the red-hot 49ers in their house. And again, you can't sit here and say the interceptions were the difference when they had an opportunity with 4 minutes to go and then 3 and out and punted it away. Honestly, like you take a look at that game and say that was the moment where McCarthy screwed it up. And that's the time that Dak was just so terrible. The Niners might make Jalen Hurts look like that way. And then maybe Mahomes or Burrow too. But we're all in this flashpoint moment. Fire that guy, fire this guy. Let me throw out somebody's jersey. How dumb. So Jerry doesn't have a lot of good options. And I don't think he's going to choose either one of them. I think he's going to run it back and hope for the better offensive unit next year. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.